we are going to talk about one of the hottest topic in the market. So everyone's talk about the utility in crypto. So staking, points, governance, and discounts. But when it's come to real world assets, do these utilities actually create value? Or are they just making buzzwords? Let's find out. So we got Callum joining us. Callum, I won't waste too much time on you. Over to you. So Callum, is it actually a buzzword or is it do actually create value?
Okay, thank you very much, Kat. Hi, everyone. Yes, it is a good topic today we have. Why? Because it reflects the whole project that we're doing. So when Kaz asked that question, he knows exactly what he's talking about. He just want to ask that question from you guys, right? Because we as a team, we as the industry of RWA, leading that industry, making sure that happens in Southern Hemisphere, and of course, getting towards the world. And of course, talking about RWA, we are very passionate about REM today. We are very passionate about tokenization of real estate. Now, talking about this hot topic about utilities. What is utilities? Let's ask that question first, right? Because what's happening now in the world, as I talk about it all the time, is that we can see a lot of regulations happening, a lot of legalities and governance, and a lot of things, a lot of clear cuts are happening in the world. US is leading that, actually getting those heritage and everything on board, making sure you exactly know what is a security token, what is a stable token or a coin, what is actually a platform, what is actually a utility token or a utility coin. REM token is also a utility coin. Now, how do we know whether it's utility or not? There's a clear definition. So how can we add value to these coins and these projects? If it actually works in these sort of utilities, the project itself generates value to certain ways, and it creates a hedge sort of a format where you guys or anyone in the world would be really happy to have that as an asset. So this is what we're going to talk about today. It's really exciting because it's a hot topic related to us, rather than asking, is it, right? Because we have to ask that question. But let me give you a correct answer by the end of this session. I sincerely hope you would understand exactly what is a utility, how utilities work in a utility token or utility coin, and how RWA or real world asset projects would add value to crypto market and blockchain industry, right? Because you can see how AI works in the world, and AI works in blockchain, AI works everything. Now, that's what I want you to understand, how real world assets work as well. Now, to get that component going on, to talk about this, let's talk, first of all, look at the utilities. Utility is a use case that's inside that project which supports or add value to specific project. For example, say this. If you go to our website and if you check, I'll go through that today, right? You see there are a lot of videos that we talk about. One of the hot topics that I've talked in my videos is a concept called tea garden concept. What is a tea garden? In Sri Lanka, in Ceylon tea, we have certain states that are happy to work with REM, the real world asset, as a land slice of that whole state, to have a sort of a tokenization of that specific land to someone else. So what the landowner is doing is he's breaking this up to fractions, into small components, and giving sort of a understanding that you own this part of this block. You can go there and you can have tea. You can, of course, ask them to get a discount on your tea, which they can distribute to you. And there are cottages and there are things where you can enjoy there. You get highly discounted because you are a sort of a part of the ownership in that state. These are the utilities that add value to REM, because whenever transactions happen through our platform, REM gets a value because it creates a transaction of the REM. You see, that's how it adds value to this token, right? A great example, another good example is when there's a building industry which we are working with, right? And then there's transactions happening when we're doing, which I'll go through again. I'll show you our website. If you go to our website, remmeta.ai, you would understand that there are a lot of projects and properties that we sell, and each property would create a utility for us, because we would be getting some amount separated from REM. We'll be buying out from REM market and putting it to a wallet. It's like, you're burning the token, right? But it is not. It is actually part of liquidity and part of having that governance and of course utility there. So given that information, right, let me go through some information. Let me show you something that I want to show you through. Let me share my screen, guys, here. Now, this is what you can see here. Guys, you can see the screen, right? So this screen indicates basically the crypto market, right? I talk about this all the time. You can see the crypto market is $1 trillion market, which leads by Bitcoin, and it fluctuates up and down, up and down. We talk about this all the time. And when I take you over here, usually you would know that I talk about this. I talk about the bigger picture always. When you put it to the weekly chart, I guess, probably daily. I talk about this bigger picture, what happens in these cycles, how cycles will boom up your assets, and, someone buy here, how they can, get value up here by selling a fraction of what they own. But you know what? When we talk about the real world assets, there are actually a category in CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap called the real world asset, CoinMarketCap. Now, there are a lot of projects that's nominated. It's not that they are actually real world assets. They are part of the real world assets. So therefore, they would like to list themselves as real world assets, right? So, REM is right, obviously, it's a micro cap. But you can see this is obviously people are putting more and more into real world assets as well. They say, we do some part of real world assets because we do DeFi, and therefore we have collateral and we want to put something on board. So you see, it's growing up as well. What I want to show you is, look at this over here. This is the gold market. Look at the gold market. This is the gold market since 2018. Look at this, till 2026. It's close to a 10-year framework. That's why I got this. You can see how it grew up till it went all the way here. Now, why I got the gold market is the hot topic these days. Gold has gone up. Even though other markets like crypto market, the share market would go down, people and governments and countries and hedge funds would keep this as a hedge. Now, why am I talking about this? We are talking about tokenization, guys. We are talking about gold, silver, property, anything, any commodities that we dealt with. Anything that we talk about is a real world asset. As long as you tokenize, you put that in a blockchain, then it's a real world asset, right? It's not that these are not real. They are real world, but we're talking about real world assets related to blockchain, right? So just imagine this huge amount of gold market coming towards as a real world asset to the crypto market. It will add value to the crypto market, not only to the crypto market, but of course to the specific goal related the projects here. And of course, what we can do is we can go to now this is from Yahoo Finance. And what I can say here is you can see over here, this was gone. This is like a June 1st, 2024 one. But what I want to show you is during that time, the crypto market, the property market was valued at $379.7 trillion. It's a huge amount, guys, in real estate. Just imagine a fraction of these coming towards real world assets, or better known, REM. All right. This is our website, guys. I highly recommend you go to remmeta.ai and check our website. It talks about all. I'll come to there. But guys, we are getting a fraction of this as well. So when we do projects, you being investing in REM or real world asset company that leads the property market or the real estate market, you're getting exposure to this $379.7 trillion market. And this is what we're looking at, guys. This is the most important factor you need to understand. RWAs brings value to the crypto market rather than relying on Bitcoin. Because one day, there will be a day that you would see certain coins, certain projects, certain tokens going up because gold market's going up, because property market's going up, because it adds value to this specific token. For example, we have REM at MEXC, so REM/USDT. This is a great buy. Why? I always show this, guys. You need to do your due diligence. Don't take my word. Do your research. This, right? This is the reason. It has gone closer to $1. Now, we would see this fluctuation not because of the market, not because someone bought up with this, not because of a hype, but because these utilities that we talked about would add value to the market, would add value to this REM token, right? So that is a big, big plus sign, guys. I want you to ask questions here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask these questions, because you know what? I want to really answer the questions as the CEO of REM, right? So basically, I want you to understand what RWA projects like REM brings value to, right? Now, let's go back to, because look, this is a great opportunity. Just have a look at it. And these are the small peaks. Whenever it's down, it's a good time to purchase, guys. Right? Don't. I mean, I always got the fear and greed index, right? Fear and greed index always shows you, that today's the fear part is 35. There was neutral. This is very important, guys. Don't go with the hype or don't go with the fear. Make sure you stay very, very positive, very, very clear mind and focused. Focus is very important, guys, in life, in business, in anything that you do. So my rule of thumb is you go here, you check the real estate market, the gold market, or any asset that can be tokenized, crude oil, anything. When people tokenize these things, that would add value to its native token like REM. Hope you understand this value. So you don't have to wait for crypto market to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Let's get the BTC USDT chart. Yep. Right? You don't have to wait for all these time up and down, up and down, up and down. It will go up because of the hype of the crypto markets, but that's not the actual thing that we're looking for. We need real projects to add value to the. So it's like you say you go for SpaceX, or you get Tesla, or you go for Microsoft, or you actually say you're getting stocks on something. What I'm saying is, if you're getting stocks on any company, the value of that company, not a hype on something. But these markets, linking these markets to crypto market, would add value to projects like REM. This is what I want you to understand. And that is true value. and not automatically or auto-generated or hype-related value. This value is not just created by someone, right? Okay, so with that information, I want you to understand that when you go to our website, and please check our, our REM chats that we have in the our YouTube channel. If you like, subscribe and press that bell icon, you would get the latest information that we provide. And look at this. These are the projects that we we would look into, and REM obviously as well. But of course, I want you to understand here there are some good opportunities here where you can actually get into. There's a global market that we're tackling in REM. So this is very important that you go through this beautiful website. I love this website. All right, and you would understand what is RWA. It's talk about what is RWA, and all these things, and the news and white paper and about us and all these things are there. And you can go through these things and you would know the main information is there for people to see. It's very important, guys. You see these things, and basically it's all about tokenization of property. It says here straight away, and you would know um, that these are the utilities that people are talking about. I really want you to actually view those videos that I've done in regards to tea state and gardening concepts, right? So with that,
Yes.
guys, I just want to talk to you about basically about the um, and I hope you understand the markets I've shown you, and you see this gold market and silver market and property market and all these things, how they add value to these RWA projects. We are an industry. It's not just REM. There's a huge market and there are good players there. And I highly endorse all and I welcome all our partners and our industrial partners, right? The industry is growing and it may not be in this cycle as well. It may be in the next cycle, but whatever the cycle is, don't wait for those hypes because it is really random and you wait for it. It just may happen, it may not happen. And that's where I'm saying be very logical, be focused, and get the correct information from actual people. And you see with what you get. You see us, we're from Australia. I'm based in Sydney, and Kaz and Gunit is based in Melbourne. And most of our people are throughout the world. We have people in Poland, we have people in Sri Lanka and other places as well. We have a very diverse team. And what I'm really trying to say is, guys, utilities are very important for a utility token. Without utilities, you can't say it's a utility coin or a utility token. You need to prove that it's there, right? So this is where you need to be very careful. People can talk very much, about this and that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Find out, are they actually doing it? Are they actually doing it, guys? Are they actually tokenizing? Do they have a plan in tokenization? Question the team. See whether they get to give you an answer. You can ask us. Ask us what we're doing about the project and everything. Ask us about what sort of properties are you selling? Are you start selling properties? Is there any properties that you can find? Which countries do you have? Is it just Australia, or do you have Dubai? You have US? We do have US. The answer is we do have Dubai, and we do have it in Australia as well. So what you can do is next week, guys, don't forget there is an AMA hosted by Gunit Silva, which is our CTO and our guide to this whole property journey, right? Gunit would be there, and you would get the most important information about tokenization and what sort of properties are there and what are the projects that we have. And soon we're going to get a lot of people discussing with us in regards to property and everything. I want you to be educated in what you're investing in. I want you to understand what are the RWA token or RWA projects are. especially in real estate point of view. I want you to understand real estate markets is a $370 trillion market is not just there. We can have part of it, and you can be a part of that as well. And that's what you need to understand. So even in a bear market, you can still have value in your project. And that's the beauty of RWA projects, right?
That's a lot of information, Callum. Thank you very much. Now we're approaching to the last, I think, so last 7 to 6 minutes into the thing. So I've got a couple of questions I want to tackle, sorry, tackle and ask you. So we got a question from our audience, Callum, to you. So it's saying, do you guys think most RWA projects over-engineer their utilities, as a sense like adding complex token mechanics that look good on paper but don't actually improve how the real world assets is owned, managed, or monetized? What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a very, very good question. And I think that is 100% true. People can show you a big, big thing in the papers, say, I mean, I worked in projects and I've invested in projects, I've worked in projects and which took ages to implement a lot of things because they want to take their time in doing things. And apparently it can be done. Well, look at Ethereum, go with the flow, right? and they've been very successful, right? And I'm just saying, a lot of people can talk about it. Can they walk the walk? I think rather than tackling huge issues and all these things, first start by saying something. Can you tokenize a deed or sale of contract? Let's put it like, can you contract of sale? Can you do that? Can you actually get the actual deed information to a tokenized NFT? Or as for us, we do it in the REX protocol, which is ERC 3643 protocol. Can you do that? All right. We try to educate people about it. We want to show people about it. We're doing legal aspects about it. We're trying to regulate in a very, very not a dodgy place where you can say, oh yeah, I can go and do it here. I'm not going to name places, but we do it. We're trialing in Australia. Australia is not a place where they let illegal aliens to come and do a lot of things, right? Illegal companies to come and put a lot of issues. It's very regulated. You need to provide certain information. It's very important for Australian government to have a proper system rather than everyone's doing whatever they want to do. There is legislation, there are rules, regulations, and so forth. And we, as a company, Propertyverse, would like to do that as well in Australia, while REM will look after the tokenization. You see, we do what we actually is possible. People can talk the talk and say, we're going to do this and this and this. Ask the question, guys. If you're investing in project, look at it and ask the question from the team. And you got this team information and everything. Ask them, are you guys doing this? What have you done? Can you give me an example? We can tell you what we're doing, right? And you can show you that what we're selling and everything as well. So these are the things I guess, Cass, in the industry, there are a lot of fake news as well. So, this industry of crypto, what we talk about, there are genuine projects and there's also,
it's a very fair question, right? I mean, a lot of AI softwares there, people can create a white paper within.
Look, guys.
So that's why I reckon that.
Oh yeah, yes, Cass, you're right. Look, this is the thing. There's a lot of people talk about AI, right? And they say our project is doing AI this, AI that, and you can go and check. And you go and check their circulating supply, their team, and whatever they're not, it's not there anymore, all right? And they disappear to the thin air, right? And these are the things that you invest on, and you think that they're going to be an AI hype. Come on, guys, you need some stable thing to talk about. Say, for example, look at what happened with DeFi, or look at what happened with NFTs, look at what happens with IPOs, ICOs. And then look what happens in, these things were happening in 2017, 18, then 2022, 2023, then come back in AI in 2024, 20. Okay, you go to 2030, 2029, 2028, 2030, do you think it's going to be the same? Will that happen in the same? If we go to a bear market tomorrow, and I'm not saying that, I'm not jinxing it, are you ready for it? Have you invested in a solid project? Have you invested in a project that you know that is linked to some sort of, that is pegged to an actual real world asset, or it's a hypothetical something that someone's talking about? Might as well have invested in a meme coin.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't see a
I mean,
difference.
that's the bear market survival is you need strong utilities for the bear market survival for any project, right? So
True.
let me check the so let me check the time. I think I can give you another question. Very like quick answer for this. So should utility be optional or mandatory for RWA token?
Sorry, should utility?
Should a utility be optional or mandatory for RWA token?
I think it's mandatory.
That's it. There you go.
Given,
All
hang
right.
on.
Everyone,
Hang on.
yes. Yep.
Sorry.
Go on.
I should say, given it's they say it's a utility coin or utility token. Because bear in mind, Kaz, those things that we pegged on or linked, if you link a token with a, say, for example, ERC 3643 or an NFT with a deed or with a gold bar or something, that is known as a security token. So it's not always a utility token. For example, REMX, so-called in our white paper, is a security token, and REM itself, which you can purchase in Mexi, is a utility token.
There you go. So what's the best project that's come to your mind straight away when it's come to utilities and RWAs?
REM.
That's the right answer. There you go, guys. You heard from the man. So we covered a lot of grounds today. So guys, it is, I think our time's up. Anyway, this is all we got for you today. But listen, before we go, if a utility only works when the price goes up, guys, it's not a utility. Right? It's very simple, as we say, if you listen to us carefully. So let's thank you very much. So in last, before we go, in RWA, the utility isn't a feature; it's just a foundation. So everything else is just a noise. I think Helen will agree with that. So guys, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you guys in another AMA very soon next week. Follow and subscribe to us, and you will see we will advertise everything what's going on next week. Like Callum said, it's going to be real estate related anyway, so we'll give you more information through our social media channels. Again, thank you very much, and have a great weekend. Stay safe, guys. Thanks again. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.